Didn't know the battle we go through life. We ask for chances fair. Chance to equal our stripe. Chance to do it there. We should win. But be by the code. Faith and honor held high. We should lose. Stand by the road. Cheers when winners go by. Day by day. We get better and better. We can't beat beat.
Dun, 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 dun. Got you, motherfuckers. Guess what? It's them dudes talking in you. Post-game Purdue in this bitch. I know you guys are wondering, like, what the fuck black hole am I going into right now? But yeah, this is the way shit goes when you just hit that spectrum of YouTube TV, nigga. Niggas just start trying to take your light away. So that's what the fuck is happening right now. I know you guys can kind of notice that I am missing some squares from around me right now. Literally and figuratively. I will take a sip on that one. With the pinky, bitch. Nah, them other dudes is preoccupied at the moment. They'll be back next episode. So I'm going to be the one personally bringing an episode to you guys today. Ultimately, what we're going to talk about is just reactions right now, some moment plays, and then some good stats that we've seen from over the weekend for the game. So let's just get right into reactions for me. God damn, what the hell happened? Like, that was a Cornhusker freight train, and it hit the fucking Boilermakers right in their shit. It was not cool at all for those motherfuckers. It was a very, very tumultuous game for Purdue. Everything was given to them. Nebraska gave them every chance to make this a game, and they just fumbled and threw away every chance possible to be able to, I guess, shine their offensive light. And like I said in the last video, that kind of shows like where the offensive coordinator and head coach are at right now. Is like, come on, man, you can't capitalize being in the fucking the red zone or the gold zone, as Nathaniel Hackett would say. You can't capitalize on no shit like that. You're probably not going to beat a team like Nebraska, because if they give you a chance, usually Nebraska's defense is really stout. So that was going to be my other reaction is, wow, our defense is the shit. We are definitely more prepared to play bigger teams than what I may think. Definitely not a Michigan or anything like that, but I think we'll see in these next coming weeks that, you know, we're going to be able to go up against some of the Big Ten's best right now. So, you know, that was kind of my big thing, is like, wow, and that's really optimistic to see these guys going up against this school like this, and they're not missing a beat. So, you know, that was the key thing for me, was like, wow, they really came out and they were the aggressors this time. Finally, we can say Nebraska was the aggressors this time. One of the other things that really stuck out to me was we did have turnovers, but guess what kind of turnovers they were? It was just getting used to cold weather turnovers. So a lot of people don't know that when leather gets cold, it contracts. When leather gets hot, it expands. This, you know, changes stuff for the ball, the air in the ball. This changes how the ball feels, how the ball moves, all of that stuff. Everybody remember Tom Brady cheating game, shit like that. That's kind of what we've seen in this game, is we seen the Huskers having to deal with having perfected footballs for all of their practice. And I guess no one thought to put any balls in the freezer or, you know, in the cold or some shit like that, just so they can get that slippery feel to it. If you ever felt the football in the cold, it's really, really, really slippery, especially a well-used football. Brand new football, man, two totally different worlds from the new warm football and a cold football. So I think that was one thing that we really got to see, was just them getting used to the cold weather. So I think that's where those fumbles came from, were specifically just, you know, hands not used to being in the cold like that and not used to trying to catch a football and stuff like that. You know, obviously they're used to catching a football, but things change in the cold. So that was one thing that I really noticed as well, is that the turnovers weren't so much as, I guess, thrown to the other team. It was just more or less just drop cold, dry ass balls. Pause. So I thought that was a really good thing for Nebraska. Like, oh man, this is going to be a good one. So one big play that really stuck out to me, because first off, it took us a whole fucking quarter to be able to put points on the board. That scared me at first. But then once we got rolling, we got rolling. So that was one thing that really, really stuck with me was we made sure that that again, once we got the ball rolling, we kept it rolling. So that got all the way into, like I said, my moment play, which was the 73-yard touchdown. Damn. Dude slung that bitch. Slung it like a crackhead to a crack addict. Like, wow. And it was out of that bitch. And I don't know if you guys really seen it, but dude looked NFL like throwing that ball. Harburg. Like, he had the stance. Hey, he got his fucking motion back this week. And, when you got that motion, you in that ocean, everything just dropping. Bloop, 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 bloop. And he was just dripping. Bloop, 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 just dripping them bitches in there. So I thought that was really awesome to see that to Lloyd, that 73-yard TD pass. Like, damn, this is going to be a game. And that was when it was 14-0. So I thought that was really, really cool to be able to, I guess, see that be the startup of it. A lot of people kind of showed up to the game late. Like I said, it was homecoming. So I thought that, again, that was really, really good. The other stat that really stood out to me, like I said, was we didn't have any interceptions. Oh my fucking goodness. That is so good. And I'm so happy for Harburg that, you may have got fumbles, but no, that's a different situation. You can get used to that. If you would have had the same problem of throwing picks and shit like that, we would have been talking about the same stuff that we were talking about with Sims and whatnot. So I thought that was really cool that, again, we made sure that, we did turn the ball over, but we also made sure that, again, it wasn't throwing the ball. I told you guys in the pregame, dude isn't going to get more than 15 throws. He didn't do that good. He didn't do that hot even with this pitch count. He only got 11 throws this game. And I think out of the 11 throws, he went 6 for 11. So you're talking about he's missing 5 throws, and a lot of the throws were pretty dead on. Like, not as in he threw them accurately, but as in, like, you just got to know how to throw to get the ball to that point for that guy to catch it and make the play. So I think, once he starts to see those plays open up more, those completions and the pitch count will go up. You can start to see him building confidence as he throws. So that's also a really, really good thing. And then the best stat, in my opinion, is the time of possession, man. That speed option and that running game, we almost hit the 200-yard mark, 50 yards away. And I think we would have did it if we were actually trying hard in the fourth quarter. But again, that was just me seeing that, like, damn, dude, our option game is like pristine. Like, those middle class teams, those above average teams, we could smack their ass in the face and in the ass with this option that we have. So I thought that was also really good that everyone got their own piece of the pie and stuff like that, from Harburg all the way down to Johnson. So that was really, really fucking cool, I think. So, all in all, this was a very, very awesome game for Nebraska. And I can't wait to see this team progress, to be honest. I really can't. So, next we're going to talk about some of the people who did show up, some of the people who didn't show up for the game. And then we'll talk about who we're going to be playing next week. So, yeah. Now you guys are going to get to see me do drugs. This is what the fuck I do when these guys aren't here, is I do major drugs on their dime. 2 pussies, check the account. Thousands gone right here. We got a special guest. Hi, Mr. Bong. Let him know who you are. You want to speak? Fuck niggas. As you can see, these niggas still ain't back. So I'm back in this bitch. We gonna talk some shit. You know, we gonna try and hit on all cylinders in this bitch. I'm gonna try and look up a motherfucking stat in this motherfucker while I'm in this bitch. So, you know, these players, man, yeah, they're off and on. So let's talk about some people who showed up and who didn't show up. Man, who did show up? One of my running back picks, my dude, Emmett Johnson. Him and Harburg, woo-wee. Damn, that combo looked good. Yo, Harburg went 6 for 11, but dude with them 6 catches had 122 yards. Yo, 2 touchdowns, 120. Dude, he don't even need to be dicing fools up. He can just get like 4 or 5 touchdowns and like 170 yards. I swear to God he could. On top of that, when you mix in Emmett and his dude averaged 5 yards a carry. Emmett did. Johnson, this 5'11" out of nowhere running back averaged over 5 yards a carry. That is amazing right there. That is some old school Nebraska football. And you want to know what also that is telling me? Who also showed up for those two? The offensive linemen. Damn, dudes was clicking out there. And I ain't talking about like no chain. I'm talking about they was clicking them motherfucking helmets out there on that field. Like I said, Nebraska was the big aggressors this week. And again, they just gave it to Purdue in the worst way. Those offensive linemen, first, second, third, it didn't look like it very much mattered at that point. Once the game started, the wind was blowing and asses were hitting the dirt. And I can tell you those asses were wearing black pants and whatever the fuck else Purdue was wearing because they were the ones getting put on the dirt. Dicks as well. It was bad out there. Like at one point in time, Harburg and the other running backs were like jogging and like just slight sprinting to like little gains and shit like that to get first downs because it just got boring to how like easy they were able to run their offense. So I thought that was really, really cool to see that offense humming like that. And like, man, I can only picture both of them getting over 100 yards again. They could do it this next game. I believe they can do it. On top of that, you got to know that the offensive line is only going to get better. No one got hurt. Everyone learned things this game. The weather really wasn't that bad. It could get worse. And in my opinion, the worse the weather gets, the more important the offensive linemen are. If your offensive linemen are in sync, it doesn't matter. They're like mailmen, rain, sleet, hail, or snow. They're in that bitch. So, again, I think that this is going to be one of those, because I think if we go far and by the end of the season, that Iowa game, it's going to be some bad weather, 100%. So look out for that. Watch. I'm saying it right now. But the offensive line, whoever it is, they just need to be ready. And it looks like they are by the way that these guys got 155 yards rushing, and this was amongst a lot of people. So, and that was also one thing that I like is fucking Matt Rule showed up with the fucking playbook this week. And you see what happens when you show up with the fucking playbook. Yo, that was honestly the only fucking difference on that fucking offense. All them same players and shit was there before. Well, he opened up at the next page of the playbook. He stopped running the same 10 damn plays on the front of the fucking first page. And I was like, let's get to the 5th and 6th page and shit. So that was really, really cool to see that and to, I guess, witness him coming out of his shell as a coach. Now, let's talk about who the fuck didn't show up. I'm not going to say the defense. The defense did splendiferous. Those dudes are cut from a different cloth. And it is a black cloth because them motherfuckers is black shirts. Now, let me tell you who the fuck don't fit in with this scenario with these guys, okay? Everybody on that team is pin your ears back, blah, 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 blah. The one person and I'm a D tackle. I'm a D tackle myself. So I'm not going to sit here and act high and mighty on this guy, but Zero. Hutchmaker, whatever the fuck. The dude with the air conditioner commercial where he running up in white people's house talking about give me your air conditioning. If it was one of the black players, they would have been shot at the commercial scene. Hilarious. But nonetheless, what I'm saying is dude does not fit in with our defense at all. Like they want to make him out to be the Eskimo Sioux or some shit like that. And it's not working. Because he's not athletic at all. Like, Sue was athletic enough to where, like, he can get to places and make shit happen. Even if it wasn't a sack or it wasn't a fumble or whatever, he's putting hurt on him. This fat fuck isn't this. He's bumbling out there on the fucking field. Like, he just sound like an old school car. Like, it looked cool. He looked cool. He looked strong. He probably is strong. But out there on the field, he's a waste of space. So I think that was like the big glaring hole, and I think that was like the big thing of why even Purdue was able to do what the fuck they were able to do on offense, was because, Zero was just not there. Like, he was not playing his gaps, and when he was playing his gaps, he was getting his ass whooped on that part. So, yeah, they need to definitely change that. Maybe go all DNs and run more stunts on the D-line, but then that kind of fucks up your run game and stuff like that to a point. Your run counter defense to a point. But nonetheless, again, Nebraska just needs to make sure that Hutchmaker does not get the fuck back on that field. Because if he gets back on that field against Michigan State and that kind of running game, he's going to get doubled and triple teamed, and that shit isn't going to look like no fucking cheeseburger. I can tell you that. It's going to come with some grass and some black beads in between his ass crack. That's what the fuck, because his dick and ass going to be hitting the dirt. So, yeah, look out for that one next week, because they're probably not going to sit dude and just going to be like, hey, we'll take the win. You just got to run faster. But thing is, he's not very fast or athletic. So they're trying to sell it. He'll probably make it to the NFL just because he's white, though. So who gives a fuck? Next. Who do we have next? Well, first off, I want to talk about just how we're doing in general in the Big Ten, and knowing that we're number 3 right now in the wild wiki west. We're number 3 right now. The only people that are above us, now listen to this, the only people that are above us right now are Minnesota and Iowa. Now catch me this, catch me this, catch me this, catch me this. Minnesota, okay. Let's say that they're number 1 or whatever the fuck. Okay? They are going to lose more games. Minnesota is not a very solid team right now. Injuries and shit have nicked them up and whatnot. Fast forward to the end of this comment. All we have to do is beat fucking Iowa and we can win the fucking West at this point. If we fucking win out and we get to fucking Iowa and we only have 2 losses, we could be in the top 25 easily. I believe we can be in the top 15. Even Nebraska, they might put us in the top 12 easily. If we can just fucking, we'll be in the top 25 if we lose one more game, guaranteed at the end of the season. But we have to beat Iowa. We have to beat Iowa. We have to win the West, and we can do that shit 100%. So getting into that, our next step into beating the West is going to be against Michigan State motherfucking football. Yeah. They are a very, very, very iffy team. And they're not very fucking good, I'll say that. And what I mean by iffy is some series they'll look like a football team, and some series it'll be like the replacements to Keanu Reeves movies where motherfuckers, before they got good, before the little montage shit happened and Keanu Reeves fucked that blonde bitch, before all that shit happened, that's what these niggas be playing like in real life. So I'm going to just say this right now. the same thing is about to happen, but it's going to be a green team instead of a fucking gold and black team this time. So I'm going to just tell y'all that shit a couple of days ahead of time. Y'all might as well go make y'all bets, whatever the fuck, whoever y'all go make y'all bets with. Nebraska is 100% going to win that game. So with that in mind, we will get back to you here in the next couple of days. And we will talk to you about it. Hopefully I have my buddies with me. Hopefully they're not like psycho murdered or anything like that on the side of the Lincoln Road. But Lincoln, fucking Nikko doesn't even fucking live in fucking Lincoln. Haha, blooper. And not a rural blooper because this shit's going to be live, bitch. He's lying to all of you motherfuckers. Me and Ron are the only one who lives in Nebraska. Nikko lives all the way in Rhode Island. He lives in fucking wherever the fuck Peter Griffin is from now. You guys didn't know that shit was a real place, did you? Yes, it is. Quahog, look it up, pussies. Anyway, this is Lou House. We're fucking exiting out this bitch. I don't even know what the fuck is gonna happen. It could be like waves or some shit like that, but we out. See you motherfuckers.